Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make a one-pot meal that is super simple, really easy, no preparation, almost none. The only preparation that you need to do for this is cut the meat, and that's it. And then almost none, almost no preparation, almost no cleanup. You're going to use a big pot, a big like frying pan. This is like a paella pan. Like 20 inches is going to be best. If you don't have that, it's okay. Use something that is big. If you don't have something that's wide and deep or wide and narrow, then shallow, then you can use something that is taller. So tell me where you're watching from and give me thumbs up, hearts. Ooh, look at that, hearts. And share this video so that more people can see that they can have something super simple and easy but full of flavor. I have 2 tablespoons of butter and between 1 and 2 pounds of chicken. It's probably closer to 2 pounds is my guess. It's not exactly measured. And I'm gonna mix that all up here and then start adding a couple of the spices, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the spices when I add my broccoli. So this is just chicken and broccoli and healthy fat in the butter. So I'm gonna get this healthy fat all melted, and I'm gonna add some spices while it's doing that. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me how you moved your body today. I have walked, and then I also did laps in the pool, and I varied that, and I think I did it faster than 2 days ago. So that's one way that I'm gonna be trying to grow some more muscle this summer. I walk all the time, but I want to grow some more muscle. So I'm gonna be drinking my ketones, doing my intermittent fasting, eating like this, and then doing more muscle resistance. So I was intentional with what type of laps I did in the pool and tried to do, I only worked out for like 15 minutes in the pool, 20 minutes, but I wanted to do more that was muscle resistance. And already being in the water is 12 times more resistant than that of the air, which is exciting. All right, so now I'm going to add a couple of my ingredients. I'm going to add a teaspoon of pink salt, and then a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we're gonna add the other 2. Oh, my husband is here. The other 2 after I add the broccoli. So pink salt and a teaspoon of garlic powder. If you don't want to use garlic powder, you can use minced garlic, a tablespoon of minced garlic, or 6 cloves of garlic. There's like just barely any in here. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Ooh, I can leave the lid for another use. Now I want to know, what are you guys eating for dinner tonight? What is your protein, veggies, and healthy fats? And I want to mix this and get my chicken about cooked before I add my broccoli so that there's no uncooked chicken that we're eating. I always add cayenne pepper to my portion, and the girls do not. My husband and I always add cayenne pepper to ours to make it spicy. Put spicy in the comments if you like spicy. I would love to know. And tell me what the weather is like where you are. I believe that right now it is super hot here. My car said 103 when I left the pool, but had been sitting in the heat. So I don't think that it's 103, but I think that it was supposed to be 90 something. I think like 92 is supposed to be. I don't know what it actually is right now. But it's warm today. And the pool felt great. All right. It's beginning to cook. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's what came to my mind when I said that. All right, now let me show you. Let's find out how warm it is. I want to know how warm it is for you. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 87 right now. Okay, cool. And a low of 70. Awesome. So I'm going on one more walk this afternoon. I have a local walking group called Steppin' Sisters, and we walk 1 to 3 times a day. Whoever, usually not the same person is doing that, just me, but more people can join that way and walk if there's more walks. So I make walks because of some people's availability. and then go walk, go walk, go walk, go walk. All right, this is still going. I have my broccoli ready to go. I'm going to be using 2 bags of broccoli. And these bags are, I think are, let me see what the quantity is. They are from Aldi, 12 ounces. So 24 ounces of broccoli. We have already 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 to 2 pounds of chicken. So since my girls were, when they were little, I used less chicken because they didn't need so much protein, because they were small, and now they're bigger and they need more protein. And so we have upped the amount of protein that we use in one dish to make sure that my husband and I are getting the protein we need, and also they are getting the protein that they need. And they are still at the pool. That's why it's so quiet in here right now. They are still at the pool. Friends up the street are gonna bring them back. Okay, it's starting to cook on these parts. So I want to see a little bit less pink before I add my broccoli, and then I'm gonna add my broccoli. Tell me how you're moving your body today. If you already did it, put already. If you're going to do it, put going to in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to know where you're watching from, how you're moving your body, if you did an intermittent fast today or not. Put did it or didn't. I did an intermittent fast today of, I think it was probably close to 16 hours. Maybe 15, I think it was 16 hours. I'm trying to think if it was like 15 and a half or 16 hour fast today, and move my body. And I haven't drank as much water as I could have drank. That's a good reminder. I need to drink some more with dinner. I have drank some water in my ketones and in my electrolytes and in my ketones again, but I have not drank a lot of extra. I didn't drink very much at lunch. That's what I even said this morning, and I didn't do it. I need to do that. Okay, Christina, shame on you. I didn't do what I said. So I need to do better at that. Which of those things can you do better in today? Can you do better in your movement, in your eating choices, in your intermittent fasting, in your hydration? And how about sleep? I actually chose extra sleep today because I felt like I was still kind of catching up from coming this way from Dubrovnik to Maryland and needed still to catch up. So I slept in today. I slept an extra hour. And that was helpful. I listened to my body today. Now I'm going to add the broccoli. It's frozen broccoli. You can use fresh broccoli for florets too. So I'm going to mix this, and then I'm going to add 2 more spices, and then that's it. Then I'm just going to let it sit, and I'll occasionally stir it. I'm going to put on a timer for 10 to 15 minutes based on how soft you want it. More soft, 15 minutes. More al dente, 10 minutes. Check it at that point. All right. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then add my other 2 spices. And one thing I love about one pot meals is there's only one pot to wash, and it all can be eaten together. I'm actually a girl that this is 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. When I was little, I refused to let my food touch. I didn't want it to touch. I didn't want the flavors to mix. And now all my food touches all the time. Tell me what you're like. What do you like now, and is it different than when you were a kid? Do you like your food to touch? If you don't, you're gonna probably have to try my food and see if you like it, because I think you will. You just have to push yourself to try it. Because most of it is touching. This is 1 teaspoon of basil, dried basil, and I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon of pink salt. This is to taste, so you could taste it first after everything's cooked and then add another half or whatever you want. but I know I'm gonna want some more, so I'm gonna add it. But recipe-wise, start with 1 teaspoon of pink salt. This is 2. All right, so tell me in the comments if you like your food touching or not. Put touching or not touching. And if not touching, just I promise you, you're gonna like some of these, most of these meals, if not all of them. But you might have to get over them, the food touching. A lot of ethnic foods, a lot of foods around the world, their foods touch a lot, and are like saucy or in one pot, or and once I learned that and then tasted that, I was like, ooh, this is so good, and my things changed for me. But I definitely was the kid that like, no, Mom, don't let them touch. I don't let my foods touch. I was very adamant about them not touching. All right. Now, that's it. We're done. Have a wonderful night. I'm just going to put my timer on. And this is it. This is the dish. This is the one-pot meal that takes no preparation and very little cleanup, and that you're going to want to try because it has amazing flavor. So from my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!